also when they go out there, it can make like the influence of their friends to become even greater. So yeah, most of it is the parents, but there is a percentage of it too where they can get influenced by their friends as well.
Mostly in the black community, um, like a lot of parents are not willing to do the work of, like, you have to heal yourself first, right?
And I get the understanding they're only punishing me because they see the great Amy that I don't see yet. Now, if I don't see the greatness that you see, I'm gonna try to do better.
What it is, YouTube Challenge Circle family, we are back.
Yes,
We're
sir.
back. We're back. So we got a special guest. You might hear a voice, like interjecting.
Background.
She don't want to be on camera, but we got a guest too. You understand? You might hear that.
Yeah.
But make
She's
sure
always
you
here.
yeah. Introduce yourself, voice in the back.
Who are you?
Who are you?
I guess she's Mr. Silence right
Wow,
now.
come on, say something now. At least tell them to subscribe.
Subscribe.
That's it. That's your name.
But yeah, make sure y'all subscribe, hit that post notification bell. We appreciate everybody that's tuning in. If you're even taking a second to watch a short video or, the full videos, we appreciate you. What's going on, bro? What's on your mind?
It's been a crazy week. But
Hey,
it's been a blessed week.
Yes,
Been a blessed
yes.
man. So,
Yeah.
how you been?
Oh, I've been good. I ate some legume.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
9 out of 8. 9 out of 8.
9 out of 8. Hey!
Let me stop.
You hear what he said?
Let me stop. It's a 10 though, but she know why.
He
I
doesn't
do.
know his numbers. He said 9 out of 8.
Yeah,
I mean,
what you
9 out of 8.
9 out of 10?
I mean, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Yeah. Nah.
But yeah, that legume was hitting.
Yeah.
But what's the topic today? Introduce us, bro.
Oh, I thought the guest was.
Oh,
She ain't say nothing.
Yeah, I think the guest should. What is
Right.
what is the topic today?
What we
guest?
talking about?
What we talking about?
Come on, New York, stand up.
What
If
it?
you don't state your name, I'm gonna just call you New York.
Yeah, what's your name?
Hey, New York, man. Go
I
ahead,
don't
New
have
York.
a name. I didn't even hear y'all say y'all name, so.
Yeah, we did.
Hey,
We always,
no, we didn't. No.
we did.
We did.
I'm Daniel.
Mr. The Rival, you already know.
Yes. And what's your name, mystery person?
Mystery person.
Oh, that's your
Alright,
name,
New York.
mystery person.
New
All
York,
right.
stand up.
So, what's the topic today? What are we talking about?
I believe we're talking about your children action is your fault.
Ooh, so the way your child behaves is a reflection of you.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, first and foremost, do you agree with that?
I'll say 90%.
Okay. Why not 100%?
Because I feel like, I mean, most, yes, but I feel like some kids, they will follow their friends. Maybe it has something to do with their parents. Something is there, but I feel like sometimes with their mom doing everything, and sometimes the mom think they have the perfect kid, and when they out there, they do something else. But that's a few. I feel like that's like slightly,
Yeah.
like
So-
10%, 5%.
Okay. All right. So, what about you? What do you think about that?
I think with everything starts boundaries, right? So like if you're parenting, right, even if let's say you have a child and it all starts from when they're younger, because remember, kids are absorbing like stuff, like whatever they're learning around them, their surroundings, they learning, and their brains are picking it up, and they're studying the actions, even your own actions.
Right.
So like, for example, if you're a parent who curse in the household but tell your child don't curse,
Right.
it's hypocritical,
It is.
right? So it's like learning the boundaries. Like, if whatever you don't want your child to be doing, you shouldn't be doing it.
Right.
Facts.
Right.
So you are a reflection of them. So like when they bring it outside the household, it's not something new. It's something they've been learning in their environment.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
Agree. What you think about it?
I think. I mean, okay. I hear her point. I hear your point.
Mm-hmm.
I think they both, are true because the child learns from what they see in the home. So, as she stated, I think there's science prove that from 0 to 7 years old is that developmental period in a child.
Mm-hmm.
So, for 7 years out of their life, whatever they see their parents doing or people that are raising them, is the behavior that they're gonna put out there. So, if things are not being corrected at a young age, then I think also when they go out there, it can make like the influence of their friends to become even greater. So yeah, most of it is the parents, but there is a percentage of it too where they can get influenced by their friends as well. But that's where it comes in, where you have to be a strong parent and you have to be like, these are my rules. These are what I'm teaching you. This is why I'm teaching you.
Mm-hmm.
Be your own person. Don't go out there and follow somebody else. Be your own person. That's why I tell my little sister all the time. I'm like, you go to school, you're always the one ending up in trouble. And then when I ask her, she tells me, oh, it's my friends and I. But you're always the one getting in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So stop following friends. Be your own person. Have your own character, your own mindset. So, yeah, I relate to both of what you guys are saying.
Facts.
Yeah.
So what's happening now? You would think it's the shooting, the fighting, and we talking about young kids that's like 14 to like 13.
Yeah. Oh man. Of course. Like everything comes back like to the household, man.
Mm-hmm.
Cause here it goes again. Yes, it falls back to the father. There's no father in the home. The mother is forced to, be the mom and the dad in a role or somehow whatever she's doing.
True.
But then she's probably working to try to make sure the kids are good. So when she's out, she's not really there. She's absent most of the time. So now the children are getting, taught by people around the community, friends, people down the block. So now their parents they're picking up parents on the street rather than in the home. So yeah, a lot of that is because a lot of fathers aren't there. And
And
the way the system's set up.
And it's not only the fathers too, like especially I would say, and mostly in the Black community, like a lot of parents are not willing to do the work of, like, you have to heal yourself first, right?
Right.
So like if you healed, you're able to bring up a good seed, So like if you're hurting, you're gonna, whatever you teach your children is gonna come out of hurt. So like a lot of the in the Black community, a lot of women are hurt,
Right.
either from their childhood, parents, how they were abused, how they were molested. So all of that in the parenting comes out when you raising a child.
Right.
So like if you're not seeking help for yourself to heal your wounds, whatever happened to you, you're trying to either you're gonna try to protect your child, like some parents, like whatever they didn't become or whatever happened to them, they try to protect their child from it. So like the way they try to protect their child from it, they they end up raising their child wrong. Like it end up in error because of like how they're trying to protect their child. So there's like a lot of mental health issues in raising these kids because no one wants to do the work of healing themselves, getting help first before like, okay, I'm gonna go have some children.
Right.
I mean, like, granted, for some people, some people are not lucky where, some kids come out of rape, some kids come out. So there are things where, kids are growing up in different environment that cause them to come out a certain way, right? But like, as you grow to understand, like, okay, where am I at? Like, did I face what I needed to face before teaching this child?
Right.
So.
Okay, that's that's true. I resonate with that too. Whoa. Go ahead, bro. Say something.
Yeah. I mean, you can't give something that you don't have.
Right.
So that's why when she's saying that, I'm like, yeah, I truly, truly understand.
Yeah.
I mean, because you can't give love
if you never.
if you don't have it. And if you are broken, how could you give something? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, if you are confused and you're trying to fix a child that's confused, you just gonna confuse him more.
Right.
Yes, you're trying to do better. You be like, you know what? I messed up and I didn't fix myself. So how could I fix you? How could I direct you something I never been? So
Right.
I truly, truly agree with that for real.
What do you
Yeah.
think about apologizing to your child when you're wrong? Because
Um,
most black parents don't
I
believe in
know,
that.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
crazy though. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like with black parents, like I'm putting myself down, cause you see, like my parents, like my dad do it now, but before he used to be like, his apologies like, oh, I made your favorite food, or whatever. I mean, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
you could like,
No,
That's
no,
your apology?
yeah, like it would, like
like
it's like it'll be like them. Basically, from their point of view, it'll probably be like them lowering themselves to like say
Your
I'm
level
sorry.
or something
yeah,
like that.
so it's like
That's like-
disrespectful to do.
yeah,
in
it's
a way.
like I'm not your friend, so I'm
Right,
not
I'm
gonna
not gonna-
apologize for
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, I
And
don't.
it's probably because like I provide for you. I
Yeah.
give you this. I give you that. Why do I have to apologize? Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You was wrong.
Right. Right. I think a lot of it ties in with like the same thing of, parents, and I'll say in the black community who don't say I love you to their
Yes.
children. It's the same thing because we feel like, oh, I provide the roof over your head, I pay the bills in this house, so that should just show you that I love you. But it's okay to hear it too. You have
No,
you
it's
have
good.
to
You
hear it.
have
It's
to.
Yeah,
good to
it's
hear it.
important
Yeah.
because
It's important.
that brings you back to the scripture of the Proverbs text. Life and death is in the power of the tongue.
Right, right.
So like with your mouth, you could be building up your child or you could be bringing them down.
Mm-hmm.
So like depending that's why like you're not supposed to like always speak out of anger or speak out of
True.
your feelings
Right.
because like you can tear the child down
Yeah.
and then when the child is teared down, they don't feel like they're family.
Right.
So
right.
like they go look for family on the
Outside,
outside
yeah.
or from other people.
yeah.
So it's like, what are you speaking to them? Are you apologizing? Are you like building them up with their words? I see moms who look at their child, oh, you just like your dad.
Yeah.
Or like, what are
They
you
love to use
speaking
that.
into
They
your
love
kid?
using that. Yeah, Jack.
Like
Right.
words are so important and like I can't stress that enough. Like
It is.
words are so important. The words you speak to your child, and even out of anger. Let's say you're very upset. What you call them, like all of that all of that.
It starts to like build up make the child like have a hardened heart. I was thinking about this the other time. Actually yesterday when Lavi came here for you to help her and stuff. And then I was like, I told her because she misbehaved in school, I'm gonna discipline her. That kind of played in my mind because that's how my dad used to be with us. So I started thinking to myself, I'm like, bro, like you don't want to be like your dad. Like you don't want to
Exactly.
discipline, be like, oh, I'm gonna beat you for everything. So I'm like, okay, you're gonna discipline her, but then tell her why you discipline her after, and then tell her, reassure her, affirm her, let her know that she's smart, she's beautiful, she's smart, she's a leader. You understand? You don't hear that a lot. You only get the belt, and then
You
go.
sit down. Yep.
Yeah, that's
Go
it.
sit down,
Like,
go in your room.
yeah, yeah. But if you assure the child, like, you're smart, you're beautiful, you're strong, you're courageous, I believe you could do this. I believe you could do that. That raises up their self-esteem more, and they're like, I know I messed up, but tomorrow when I go out there, I'm gonna do better because my parent feels like, yeah, I could do this. But if,
That's
like
true.
you said, you tear down your child, they're gonna feel that way. There was a season in my life where, like, my dad, he's like a real academic guy, but when we were younger, like sometimes when he's teaching us and I'm not getting it, he would get like real angry, and then he would like slap me in the face. And then like, so every time he's teaching us, as soon as his hand move, I'm flinching.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're not even learning really. Like
No.
you want to learn, but you thinking about I'm gonna get smacked. So
Right.
I'm not gonna really learn.
Nah.
Because the thing is, my focus could be learning this, but if I know I'm about to get smacked if I messed up, I'm not really focused on it.
Exactly.
And not even that too. Like,
Uh-huh.
what are you teaching your child? Like everything that I go through in life, or like it has to involve pain.
Oh, good.
True. I see. I didn't even see
True.
it that way either.
Yeah. No, that's true. And then I was gonna say, yeah. So I don't want to go that route with you know the baby girl. You know, I like how you approach things. You understand? Like when you teaching her, you're real patient with her. You know, now she's getting it. You're like continually like letting her know, like you're gonna get this, you're gonna get it, and then that builds up her confidence more. But if you're teaching somebody under pressure, that doesn't help them at all. And there was a certain time when my dad was like, "Yo, you stupid, you stupid." He used to say that, so now I started believing that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Of
You
course.
understand? So, like,
That's seed.
Yeah, so like most of the time, 100% of the time, yes, every word that you speak to your child is either life or death. And there's is a I think it was a Proverbs or a Psalm that I read. It says the mouth of the wicked is like an open grave. You know what I'm saying? Like your mouth is an open grave, so it's death that you're speaking all the time
course.
into somebody's life. Continually, you know, reassuring them, and that's horrible, man, as parents.
No, it is though. It is though, and that's why it's really important to build them up because if you're gonna punish me, right, and I see why I'm getting punished or grounded, whatever it is,
Yeah.
but I'm like, you know what? They're only punish when I get that understanding. They're only punishing me because they see the great Amy that I don't see yet. Now, if I don't see the greatness that you see, I'm gonna try to do better.
Right.
Just because I'm like, well, my dad, my mom see something in me that I don't see yet. Because they show me how great I could be. They show me.
Right.
But if I'm just getting punished, now when I'm getting punished as a kid, it's because I did something wrong or because I'm stupid, because I'm this, I'm that. I'm
Right.
not getting it. But if I'm just getting it, maybe like, okay, because I'm stupid, I'm getting punished because being dumb. Like, okay, I'm
That's
just gonna
what I
be
am.
dumb.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm gonna keep messing up. But if it is the opposite, that I know I'm great, I'm looking for something great. Like I didn't find myself yet.
Right.
But you showing me that you see something in me. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm always gonna try to be great
Yeah, and it
and trying to mess
encourages-
up.
Yeah,
Yes.
it encourages you
Mhm.
more. So like, it was crazy. I think like a weekend or two ago, it was all on the news. It's like 1,000 children, kids, teenagers that met up in Chicago, going crazy, bro, shooting,
crazy.
breaking people's cars. I'm like, yo, I saw the video. I'm like, dang. And then there was a lady who was like, where are these kids' parents?
There was what, 14, 13?
Bro, 14, 13, 12-year-olds, 15, 16, 18,
1,000
17,
kids?
1,000 kids, bro, running around doing some bunch of stupid stuff. And like that again, like with something like that, of course we got to go back to the word of God. Wherever the Lord is, if the Lord is not in your home, then yeah, of course things are gonna, you know, because God is not there. It's the same thing with schools nowadays. They kicked out prayer and all this. That's why there's
yep.
so much school shootings,
that's a thing
so much
now.
violence, all this confusion and stuff like that too. So if God is not in the middle of everything, the country is gonna suffer. And I think America is gonna come to a point where God is gonna let this place suffer until they start to realize, like, all right, man, we made a mistake. But yeah, it's just gonna
It
get
don't
worse.
look like they're gonna realize that, man.
Not anytime
It's-
soon.
I don't think so. I really don't think so, man. And I don't think this is going. And I pray that it does, man. We turn back into God and put it back in the church, put it back in the school, put it back everywhere. But
Yeah,
it seems like
gonna-
the farther that we see the chaos, and people be like, no, well, turn to God, and people be like, nope.
No, yeah, because I think humanity feel like, man, we're gods ourselves. I could do it myself.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
people say that all the
Yeah,
time.
they say that
All the
themselves.
time.
So, well, if you don't fear God, you don't have any fear for anybody else. So you will live however you want to live, and that's what's happening nowadays. And if there's any parents out here who's watching this, and if you feel offended, I'm sorry. Just make sure you keep your house in order, because yeah, this is serious. These are the next generation that's being built up, and a generation with a lawless generation is just gonna go quicker and quicker into death.
Of course. But even if those who grow up, right, with that mindset, imagine what the kid's going to do. It's going to be even
Exactly. It's
younger
gonna
and
be-
younger.
Right. I think somebody said something that was like back in the 50s, back in the 1900s, like the only people that you expected to die were old people. But
Yeah, of
now
course.
kids are the ones dying quicker.
Yes.
So it's like, dang, like this world is completely flipped upside down. Parenting is not where it's at no more. Everybody feel like they could do all. Oh, I don't need no man. I could raise a child by myself. Yeah. But and then look at the outcome. Look at exactly what it's turning out to be. That's horrible.
No, it is, man. I even see kids. I even know somebody that left their kids in the house by themselves, and the kids was like 6 years old.
Wow.
6 years old.
See
And
that?
he was a friend of mine. I talked to him like, bro, you shouldn't.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? He be like, no, he be all right. He got his video game. I'm like, bro, no. 6 years old. Like, can you imagine what could happen? You know what I'm saying? At 6 years old.
Yeah.
And for that kid to keep growing, and let's see, the enemy will use that TV. So, you know what I mean? So you don't know what the kid's going to experience. And 6 years old, though.
Yeah, that's
And it's like
that's-
abandonment too.
It
Yeah.
is. It is. I mean, of course, if the government find out, or the cops, like, they're taking that kid away.
No, like even like in that child's mental health.
It
like,
is. I'm by myself
Yeah.
always, right? Now, how you
not-
gonna tell trying to
technically
correct
I'm
me?
raising myself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then when I'm like, a teenager now, you're gonna be like, well, I need you to do this. No, I've
Yeah.
been raising myself.
Right.
And
So if
Mhm.
you're not raising me, somebody will. The
Yeah.
street will.
The TV
my
will.
friend will. The TV will.
Yeah.
Somebody
how
will.
about the parenting where like you make your child grow up fast in the sense of like, okay, you're older, take care of your siblings.
I used to hate that, and I still hate that. I hate that because I feel like you should let a kid be a kid. And everybody I know, I'm like, they be like, well, I'm like, you should not put that on your kids at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could ask them, be like, well, can you watch your little sister? And if they say no, you can't get mad at them, beat them, be like, no,
Right.
you're gonna do that. No.
Right.
They didn't ask. They didn't ask
But
you to
that's
have no
but they can. But the kids can't even say that. Even back in the days, it used to be like that. Now it's like even worse.
Yeah.
Cause I even hear friends of mine, they make joke like, well, I have this little kid. He gonna watch little sister
Yeah.
since my wife's pregnant. I'm like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you like, I feel like I'm going to prom or I'm going like, no, why I can't go? Not because you not allowing me to go, because I can't go because I gotta watch my little sister. 'Cause
Yeah.
you going on a date or you going to this.
Yeah.
No.
And that's
that's
like a
not-
domino effect. Like, they had to do it when they was younger.
Yeah,
So
it's-
it's
yeah.
like a domino effect. Like parenting is basically it's like a generational curse when it comes
It
to like
is. It
what
is. You
what's
didn't
going
break
on
that.
in this world
Yes.
with these kids. Like it's like a generational curse. Like it happened. When I was younger, I had to do it. So
That's what they
like-
always say.
Yeah.
it's insane.
Yeah, I don't have to.
And
do
we're not
this.
and like it's most parents are not willing to do the work. Like I need to face everything I went through
Mhm.
so that I won't pass it on.
To
And
my
that's
kids.
something that's been a major like it's been a lot on my mind lately because like I don't want to pass my trauma on to my child.
Well, that's good though.
Like I don't want my child to be responsible for what I went through. And
Right.
like in
That's
most
true.
cases that's what these kids are going through.
Mhm.
They're dealing with their parents' trauma.
Mhm.
Whatever their parents experienced growing up,
True.
they're dealing with their parents' trauma.
that's
So it's
tough.
like it's a domino effect and causing these kids to be out of control because you don't want to heal. You don't want to do the
Yes.
things to heal. You want to smoke, you want to drink, you want to party, you want to turn to all these temporary things that don't even help you it don't help you because as soon as you get sober, you come back from that party, the problem is right
Still
there.
there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's facts.
Yep. And it's crazy because that's why a lot of people drinks and get high. I'm like, you get high, that problem's still gonna be there. Matter of fact, it's gonna be worse because you hangover. Now you gotta deal with that problem with a hangover, or
Yeah.
you high, you putting all this smoke in your.
And that's the thing of turning to like that's the thing when we go back to like everything starts with God. Like
Facts.
Miles Monroe always say like you have a car, why you wouldn't go to like if the car breaks down, you wouldn't go to you would go to the person who
build
fixed
it,
who built it
Manufacturer, Yeah.
to get it fixed.
Yeah.
So like God created us so that we have to turn back to God like
To find
like,
out our identity.
yeah, to find our identity and like yes, everyone go through problems. Don't get
That's
like
human.
everyone's going through something, right?
Right.
So like it's like constantly trying to turn to God, like how do I fix this? Like And the tools are there, you
Yeah.
know, the tools are there. Now we have counseling, we have, you know, we have God himself, because like, but back in the days you couldn't go to God by yourself. But so now, like now you
Basically.
have God himself. Like the tools are there. It's like, are you willing to face it so that you don't pour out bad seeds into your kids? Like,
Right.
so.
Yeah. Yeah. Mystery voice, thank you.
Rick, stand up.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shane.
Yeah. Wow, what an interesting conversation. We have to cut it here, but man, yeah, it's really important. Do you have like a quick advice you want to give out to any parents out there before we go?
Turn to God, and I feel like if you turn to God, you'll be the best parents ever. And don't put your nonsense on your kids and your burden on your kids. Think they're gonna help you carry your cross. Your cross is still your cross. I mean,
Right.
at the end of the day, your kids gonna have their own stuff they have to deal with themselves because they gotta figure themselves out. So be better parents, and turn to God. That's all I can say.
Okay. You?
Basically being a good parent, it doesn't necessarily means that you have to make sure the kid have food on the table, make sure you buy them things. Like, that's not healing. Like, do the work on yourself too. Like, it's that the material things could come, but like, they're more hurt by you dropping your bad seeds into them than them missing a toy or missing something material that they really wanted, because they're gonna let you know when they grow up.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, of course. That's how you see it. Facts.
Yeah.
And
So
you?
I mean, basically same thing on both sides. See God first. Deal with the spiritual things, because it is a spiritual problem first before physical. So seek God and allow allow God to like break down all those strongholds that you're dealing with, so that you don't pass that to your generation. That's it.
Facts.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is Mr. Garte.
Mr. The Rival.
And mystery.
All
Hey,
right.
stand up.
We'll see y'all in the next one, man. Deuces.